Hi everybody, how's everybody doing on the chat group? First of all, before we go any further, I don't normally go live on our chat group because I just kind of want it to be where people just post up stuff about Bigfoot and uh, more evidential stuff about Bigfoot and stuff like that. So I don't really go live a lot on our chat group. But what I would like to let everybody know is that this Saturday from 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., we will be at the Bradford Public Library doing a demonstration on the evidence and stuff that we have correlated throughout the years. Now, who I'm talking about is Bradford, PA Bigfoot Research Group. It used to be East Bradford, PA Bigfoot Group, but I just think that just placing Bradford in there and bringing awareness about Bigfoot in the community and the surrounding area is one of our goals. I would like to say thank you, Laura Jordan Swanson, for jumping on board really quick. Thank you, D. Huff, for watching really quick. And also, I would like to thank you all for posting up where I asked where everybody was from. And it's really awesome to see some of these people. I mean, all the way from United Kingdom, people posting up stuff, and it's really cool. It really is really cool because the whole chat group is not just about McKean County or Pennsylvania or where I'm from running this, having this go out through. This is for everywhere across the whole entire United States and around the world, bringing awareness about Bigfoot. And some of the people that have seen this thing has really changed their lives, and they need people that really take it serious, so they can rely on and talk to, so they're not so crazy, Now, I understand that there's many people that believe that it is a crazy subject and it is a disbelief subject and everything else like that. But you know what? If you open your mind and you really seriously go out and try some of the methods to try to communicate with these things, like some of the other researchers have done, and from Matt Moneymaker all the way to Matt Moneymaker, all the way from Finding Bigfoot, should I say, to National Geographic's explorations of Bigfoot, and the list goes on and on through YouTube. It's everywhere, and all I would like to say is it's a real thing. I've seen Bigfoot in 2005, and I kept it as quiet as possible because I was believing that people were going to think I was nuts, okay? And so I didn't say anything about it or anything. My cousin and I, the story goes really fast. The story goes that 2005 is August, towards the end of the month, and it was getting dark. It was around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we were getting ready for a paintball game we were going to do the next day, so we were skilling ourselves up. We were shooting targets with our paintball guns. We had ghillie suits on, and the ghillie suit, what a ghillie suit is it's a coloration of the vegetation that is around the area. It's a suit, so you look like a bush, basically. So we got to the last target to shoot, and we got down and we started crawling, and then all of a sudden, this thing comes down, walks down off the hill about 40 yards out, and the biggest thing that really struck me is how big the legs were. The legs looked like garbage cans, not full-size garbage cans, but mid-size round garbage cans, the metal ones, walking. I mean, it was just enormous. It was huge. I mean, I was thinking to myself, how could something like that be right now, right here with us, And I said, we got to get the heck out of here. So I seen him 4 seconds. It flanked us, made this big circle, and then it was gone. And then we went the opposite direction, and then we finally said, heck with it. we're going to flake back and go home. So that was my sighting that I had. And then all of a sudden, during hunting season, I've heard things, seen things that were really peculiar. I seen a whole tree like moving, pine tree moving, and I've seen a lot of other things during hunting season that was in that area that really was like, what in the heck was that I just seen? I seen some black image upright, moving quick into the bushes. I couldn't really see what it was. Thought it was a bear, but unless the bear is actually walking on two legs, which it is proven that they can in a short distance. Some of them can do long distance if they're trained for that, but I don't really see this happening like this, especially here where I'm at. So I've seen these things happening, and I seen all these correlations between Bigfoot and TV shows going on. And I'm like, man, maybe there is something to this. So I really started looking into it more. And then my buddy and I, we were doing a nighttime paintball game, and we were getting logs thrown at us, big time logs. And then we had a little camp out, and we got rocks and logs thrown at us, and it just correlated from there. And I'm like, man, there is definitely something into this, so I'm going to be definitely checking this out. So these are the things that struck me to really seriously do Bigfoot, and actually go out looking for these things, because I'm not just doing it for a joke, and I'm not just doing it just to be goofy. I'm doing it because there's other people that have seen these things, and the multitudes of people. It's just crazy. I have, each year what we do as a researcher, as a Pennsylvania researcher, and other researchers around, what we do is we figure out the total amount of people that are seeing sightings, that are having sightings, that are seeing where they're at. And it's unbelievable on how the amount just goes up. Of course, you got your hoaxers, so here's the percentage, man. You got your hoaxers, you got your people that really see them. Then you got your people that want to be, that want to see it, that want to be it. And then you got people that believe it but don't believe it, and then in between. So you have that correlation of people. So you can't always satisfy one person to do it all. And that's the thing with Bigfoot. Here's this thing, this being, and it's so sophisticated with a sensibility. Like it can literally sense you before you're even, like, while you're driving your car by the road or something. It could sense you before you get out of your vehicle or by your vehicle. And it knows what's in its home. It's its home, man. Just like the person here, you can get inside your home. What goes on at your house. I hope you do. But what goes on inside your home. What's missing. What's out of place. This. It's the same way with Bigfoot. He knows where things are out of place or when things are out of place and whatnot. So it's a very, very interesting subject indeed, for sure. I've been researching this thing for the past 5 years now, and I've really dove into a lot of different using science a little bit, biology and some other kinds of ologies, and it's just a living being, living, breathing being that is upon this earth, that some people are really gratified to see it, and then some people want to see it, and then they say, it doesn't exist because I haven't seen it. Well, it's not always the case. Things take time. Some people don't even ever see it, but when you're really a researcher and you're really open-minded and you're not going to go out there and kill this thing, and your intent means so much. If you want to be a researcher, your intent is so much. Okay, getting out there and having an open mind to it is one thing, but proceeding on an adventure is another whole different ball game. You don't want to have a threatened motion. You don't want to have a mind that you're going to kill this thing and bag it and tag it. You want a mind that you want to learn about it and learn its habits and learn its ways. Now, you got your skeptics. Well, how can you learn their ways? How can you figure out when you don't have a body, when you don't know? Well, here's the thing. Through these past 2 years, we have gotten casts. We have actually casted prints in this one area called Area X, and it is a very creepy area. But every time we go up there in the spring, we get these casts, and they're either in mud holes, or they're on the sides of mud holes, or they're going up trails or whatnot. But there's only a few of them that we have casted. But here's the thing, you know, having an open mind is like, okay, it's Bigfoot. What is he doing here? You know, what is he venturing this way? Now, if you're the normal everyday person that doesn't have an open mind about it, would be like, somebody's up here messing with me and making these tracks and stuff like that. Well, okay, true. So what we do is we analyze them, and we actually got other people's opinions, other researchers, not just people, but other Bigfoot researchers that have clarified them as a Class A track, meaning that it was a Bigfoot track of some sort. The reason why I'm saying some sort is because the tracks that we are finding are deformed, and they have deformalities and stuff like that. And we believe that the one was a female that was pregnant, or it was a deformed foot of it, you know, walking side by side of some sort. You know, maybe it got shot, maybe somebody shot it, maybe whatever, but it was deformed on its one foot. So it was putting more pressure on the one leg than the other leg. The other leg, it was actually cupping it, and as it was walking. And and we only found like 4 tracks of these. And then that was it. After the spring, and all the way up until June, that's where it just died out. You know, it just got quiet, died out, and there was no activity. And this is just interesting, though. And then, so I came up with a conclusion. What I wanted to start doing is I wanted to start placing trail cameras in the area. Not just one, but multiple trail cameras. 6, 7 of them in a line. I was doing a line, like cutting a flanked line down. So therefore, you know, if Bigfoot knows there's one there, I mean, probably knows where there's other ones, but there's always a chance that he's going to mess up, and he's going to be in the middle of that film. Well, in June, I think that's exactly what happened, because I recorded, and it's also on our YouTube page that we have, which is Bradford, PA Bigfoot Research Group on our YouTube page, which I'll share that to you guys so you could actually see that. So, in June, we caught this thing. I don't know what it was. I mean, it looked like Bigfoot, but it didn't look like Bigfoot. I don't know what it was, but I know there was a deer that was running, and then there was something that stood up. There was something that stood up and made a whoa, and then got back down. And to this day, we are trying to figure out what that is. So I always have a trail camera in that area for the whole year to possibly pick it back up again. But it was a 1 out of a million shot, and that's how it goes. Is always 1 out of a million. That's just, I mean, it's just, unfortunately, that's how the ball game goes. So I'm going to share that video for you viewers to actually watch right now. I'm going to post it up and have you watch it right now. Sorry about the echo. There's an echo. I had an echo because I enhanced the video, so the audio had an echo in it. So I apologize for that. But you got to see this to believe this. And this is it right here. And this is also our YouTube channel as well. You can check it out yourself and see what you think. So anyways, to get back to the whole idea of Bigfoot and how we got into it was it just ignited after my, seeing it, and then all this other stuff that we happened to us. It just ignited it, and I wanted more out of it and to understand about this more. So then we started doing researches here in Bradford, PA, around the area, up into Kenzu Bridge area, Kenzu Dam area, up into the Allegheny State Park, Willow Bay area, many areas, 321, 346, routes. Those are routes, 340, and so we've got much evidence, video evidence of a lot of activity that has happened in these areas. This year, though, a lot of other things were happening personally, so we didn't go on a multitude of areas. But I believe that we had some really good shots there that correlate into something very interesting, and that's why, truthfully, that video, man, is just the bomb to me. To me, it is. To everybody else, I mean, it's just up in the air. Many people say, "Oh, it's a bush," a bush. Okay, does a bush stand up and then, whoa, unless it's a living, breathing bush monster of some sort? A bear, it doesn't sound like a bear. A bear could do something like that because when it got up, it got back down. Wouldn't you think that a Bigfoot would stand up, and show itself? But the video wasn't the best because of the trail camera was only 12 megapixel, and that's a pretty low one. But now we have more trail cameras that have better pixels for next year, and I think it's going to be fun. The reason why I say next year is because hunting season is going on right now, and we don't want to interfere in any hunters that are out there trying to put food on their table. So the reason that we just back off when that happens, mostly we'll do nighttime expeditions and not daytime during hunting season. But I do have trail cameras in the vicinity. So the thing is, that's what started the whole thing. And then I'm like, well, let's get this show on the road. I talked to my one friend, my one buddy. He's like, yeah, let's try this Bigfoot thing out. Let's see where it goes. So, yeah, all right, cool. So we went to our first spot, which was in Droney Road in Lewis Run, PA. And we started to get some activity there. I thought it was kind of freaking cool. So then we decided to go the following week, and then the following week, and then the following week. And then there it goes. It started. And then we had this other individual that called us up on his property, and we went up and checked the area out. And he's like, that sounds pretty cool, but, doing this Bigfoot stuff, I'm like, all right, well, go with us. So I picked him up, and he started going with us, which is Devin. And we still have some good times, man. It's some pretty interesting stuff. Last year, we seen a white Bigfoot, and over in the Allegheny State Park coming up from the summit. And then we were coming up the hill to go back into Pennsylvania side. And we seen it standing on the right-hand side of the road. There was 4 deer in front of my vehicle, and they were just standing there looking at it. And I'm like, what the heck are these deer doing, Devin? And I looked over at Devin, and he's looking at it. And I look at it. I was like, what the freak is that? And it was like 2 seconds, so like 3 seconds. Seeing eye shine. They were like orangish color. Eye shine, orangish reddish, looking at us, and then it went into the bushes. And then I remember seeing its arms were black, and it was upright. It was standing upright and walking. And we've had Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project come up and analyze it themselves and said, oh, is there a deer trail here? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Oh, wow, right here's one. So a rookie mistake on us. We didn't really analyze a lot of the area after we seen it, so that was a rookie mistake on us as researchers. But it's all new, so it's a learning curve. And she said that where it was standing was where she believes there's a ditch. so it was standing in the ditch, and it must have been, she said, about 8 foot high. So it could have been adult male, could have been old timer, I don't know. But that's some of the other things that we have seen during the winter time. We've been out during the winter, and we've gotten a lot of light activity, but most of it was snaps and stuff we thought were tree knocks, but were actually the fluid and everything inside the trees were freezing and snapping, so we concluded that winter time is probably not the best, but it is the best because you can get prints very simple and very easy and cast that way. But throughout all the expeditions we have done 58 expeditions. It's been a really fun, wild ride for sure for doing this Bigfoot stuff. And if somebody asked me the question, somebody asked me the $5 million question, does Bigfoot exist near Bradford, PA? And I will say definitely, most definitely, it does. It does exist. Is it permanently here? No, I don't believe that it's permanently here in the wooded areas. I believe that it does travel from place to place, just like the deer do. There is territorial deer, bucks and stuff, but they stay in most of them stay in their area in their herds and stuff. But there is other deer, and there's other animals that do venture out. Wolves, coyotes, other animals, they do the same thing. They go out and around in a bigger area, and I believe that that's what Bigfoot in this area do. Now, when it gets brutally cold and the conditions of the weather becomes really bad, and I believe that a lot of them move on, to better conditioned areas. Not really. It's not really, they're moving to actually, migrate or anything else like that. I just believe that they go where there's good food, good water, and good protection, and also somewhere where they can stand out of the weather and stuff like that. So truthfully, it is a very interesting subject for sure, but I believe so. I believe it is definitely so. And a lot of people were talking about the whole video and the whole the pictures and stuff that John Stoneman did in 2013, that he said that he's seen a Bigfoot on the side of the road up in the Kenzu Bridge area. Well, whether that is true or whether it's not, I'm not saying it's true or it's not. I'm not saying anything about it. It's up in the air to me. It kind of looks like a Bigfoot, and then again, it kind of looks like a root ball, and then again, it kind of looks like two Bigfoots, standing next to side. But then again, it's just up. It's just up in the air. But truthfully, though, it is a very interesting subject. But we have analyzed his theory, and I've been in contact with him a lot. Been in contact with John Stoney, and he said what he's seen was Bigfoot. So then I'm like, okay, well, this is how we're going to do this. We're going to proceed to go on a venture, and we're going to move out into this area, and we're going to check it out ourselves. Of course, it was many years down the road, but we went up there anyways, and that was 2013. We did that. We did an expedition about 2017. There was other Bigfoot researchers up in the area, prior to that, but I wanted it myself. I wanted to figure it out myself. So I went up there, and man, we got a lot of activity. It was really fun activity. And the reason why I say that, whoops, I'm moving this over. And the reason why I say that is that when we went there on our first expedition, it was at night. It was at night, and it was during the winter. And, I mean, it was interesting, to say the least. I'm saying that with a nice little laugh because it is freaking pretty creepy. So anyways, we got out of the vehicle, walked over in the snow. There's some light snow. It was like November. And we walked over in this area where there was like a deer trail. We walked over there and we started doing calls. Not too far from the road, maybe 40 yards, 50 yards from the road. Actually a little bit more, about 75 to 100 yards away from the road. But anyways, we were back down in this area. And we were doing some calls and stuff, and I heard something behind us. Like, it sounded like it literally was walking quickly. And then Devin's like, dude, something's behind us. So I turned around, and I'm like, dude, there's nothing behind us. And I used my light, because we put reflecting tape up so we don't get lost. It was actually a way to get in, way to get out. There was no reflecting tape. I'm like, our freaking reflecting tape's gone, dude. He's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, it's gone. Look, it's gone. So we decided to walk back, right? All of a sudden, we started seeing these prints on the ground that were literally in our footsteps. Like where we walked out, it walked following us, following where we went too. And this thing went right past my car, right across the road, and right down into the woods on the other side. And this is in the area that John Stoneman seen the Bigfoots in the pictures in 2013. And this was a fact. This was a fact. What was going on? There was nobody up there doing that, man. It was 11:30 at night, and it was freezing cold. And so we followed it all the way back, and I'm like, oh, look, our tags are on the ground, right? I'm picking all of our tags up as we're going back to my vehicle. And so I told him, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not chasing this thing. Let's just stay right at the car and see what happens. So we were doing tree knocks, then we started getting tree knocks all around us. And then we heard whistling all around us, and then some weird calls, like, whoa, weird calls off to the distance. And this was all going on 100% true fact. And it was just so enlightening to hear things like that, to see things like that. It's just really something else. It is. So anyways, folks, I'm on here to talk to you a little bit about us, plus also about our meet and greet. Now we have a meet and greet that is coming up at the Bradford Library, at the Bradford Public Library here in Bradford. And let me see here. Let me get to it here. It's going to be Saturday from 1 to, let me see if I can share this. I'm trying to share this. 1 to 4. I have 1 to 4:30. But we have to be out of there by 4:30, so I'm saying 1 to 4. I mean that's definitely enough time. And let me see if I can get this right. So I'm going to share it to you guys so you can see. So it's right here. So anybody that is living around this area or whatnot, please feel free to come in, stop in, see our stuff. We're going to be having guest speaker from Cryptovania, Jason Trost, and those guys are amazing. They're from Titusville. Cryptovania, they have a series on Roku, Cryptovania TV. We're actually on the TV show, and it's so fun. It is. We have our whole series of our Bigfoot stuff is on Roku. It's on there, and it's, like I said, it is really fun. And let me see if I could share that to everybody as well. But you can check out Cryptovania TV on Facebook too, folks. And see all the stuff that they have. I'm going to share that. But they will be there. They're going to be our guest speaker, and also possibly Donald Slovey, which that's the individual. He has some really nice cast. Donald Slovey has some really, really nice cast. So let me type him in there. I mean, you can also check out his stuff and all his information and whatnot on his Facebook page, which I'm going to post that up for you to check out as well. And that is Donald Slovey that I just posted up. You can check it out, Spartansburg BFRO, and he does his best on researching as well. So these are just places that you could check out, but Cryptovania will definitely be there with Jason Trost, and it's going to be a fun. You know, last year was great. You know, last year we had 30 some people there, and it was fun. A lot of questions and stuff. I talked too much last year, so this year I promise that it's going to be a half and half situation. I will talk half, and then we'll have the other individual talk half and answer questions and stuff. We also will have a screen with our with some video play of our evidence, and then also pictures as well to go along with it. And we got treats for kids. So this is kid friendly. This is kid friendly, so you can bring in the kids. And we have some little doggy bags. Not doggy bags, but they're actually treat bags for Halloween. So they're Halloween bags. And we have we're going to have donuts, apple cider, coffee, water, and a friendly atmosphere. You know, and we're all talking, you know, we're going to be all talking about the same thing, hopefully, about Bigfoot, and where you've all seen it, or if you have heard anything. But even if you didn't see it or anything, you were interested in the subject, please come and check it out yourself. I would be glad to talk to you about it, and sure the rest of us as well. But these guys are amazing. The Cryptovania guys are amazing, and this is their let me see if I can switch this around. This is their trailer for season number 2. Enjoy. Oops. Let me see if I can load it up. There it is. Alright.
Experiences had, using all tools available. Whether generations...
Alright, let me zero this in. Here it is.
The time is now. Our adventure continues. Our quest reaches deeper into the darkest forests, higher up the mountain, further up the stream, just around the next bend. Onward, upward, deeper. Garnering the facts, wrangling the data, following the leads, building on the foundations of the knowledge of experiences had, using all tools available. Whether generations or days old, chasing the slippery tails, seeking out the legends. The quest for the elusive evidence never rests. The quest is eternal. Come join our journey. Become a fellow seeker. Sample the strange knowledge. This is Cryptovania.
So, alright folks, so this is the guys that are going to be there. Actually, Jason Trost will be there. Whoops, this keeps messing up here. Actually, Jason Trost will be there from Cryptovania, and these guys are really cool. We are affiliated with them. We work with them, and we enjoy our time with Cryptovania and Tommy Cooper and Jason Trost and Nick Marvin and all the gangs. You know, these guys, what they do is they interview fellow either squatchers or any other cryptids. They talk about many different, talk to many researchers and get to know their opinions about stuff, and they're open up to the mind as well. Tommy Cooper's like, I work so hard, during the week and the weekend and everything, and when Sunday comes, I got to get out there. And that's what he says, and those are true researchers. Those are people that are in the woods, on the ground, in there, really hard, getting cold, getting a lot of, going through a lot just to find Bigfoot and to prove the existence of them. But it's just not Bigfoot. There's a lot of other cryptids, and there's a lot of other unexplained creatures and animals and everything that has never been laid out as found. So it is an interesting subject, to say the least, in every which way. And having an open mind is the key. And that's one thing that we have to have, is an open mind when we go out there and look for Bigfoot. Because if we don't, then it just becomes a subject, and then it just becomes us just taking a walk in the woods. And I enjoy the woods no matter what. Even if I see anything or don't see anything, I enjoy being out there anyway. It's one of the most peaceful places to go, because you don't have people beeping their horns at you or anything else like that. You just have the wildlife that's there, and that's it. And I enjoy it no matter what, no matter if I see anything or not. But lately we've been really seriously, analyzing many different things and many different ideas about Bigfoot and everything. And that's pretty much what we do. We use all the subjects that people have out there, and to our own self, and we try them out ourselves to see if they work. The tree knocks, the whoop calls, the woos, all of these different things. We actually utilize that ourselves to see if it really is legit or it's not. And I would say, truthfully, the calls itself, the calls work more than the wood knocks. I truly will say that. The tree knocks, we did 58 expeditions, and we only got, I would say, probably 3 or 4 tree knocks out of all 58. And the whoops and the woos throughout all 58 expeditions, the whoop calls and the roars and all these different other vocals, we've gotten probably about, I would say, 85% vocals through the remaining of it. So if somebody would say, okay, push comes to shove, is it the tree knocks or is it the vocals? And I will say, hands down, vocals. If vocals will work, I mean, it just will work. Now, most of the time, though, we get coyotes. And now that's not a bad thing, because there is so much research that has backing research that people have talked about, or researchers have been talking about, that Bigfoot utilized coyotes not just for like for them to go after and to scare off the coyotes so they can get the kill that whatever the coyotes are after. But there's other theories that say that that Bigfoots and coyotes basically work together like a pet dog, And I truly believe in the wilderness, everything correlates together. When you walk into the forest, you got your birds, you got your deer, you got your bear, you got your bugs and all of your insects and frogs and this and that. You have all of them, rabbits, whatnot, squirrels, and you see them flourishing. Okay, you see them flourishing, and I mean, some of the bugs and stuff they die off because of the weather and the seasons, but they're all there. They're all flourishing, like they're all there to flourish. And flourish, maybe that's a different word. Let me see. all getting together at the picnic table was what I'm trying to say, you know, and living with each other. There it is. They're all living with each other in the same house. That's a good theory that I'm going to say. They're all in the same house together. And it's the wooded areas and all the same house. So that's where they're at. And they all correlate together. So why not? You know, a Bigfoot can communicate with a coyote to go and check out things. Or the same way with owls. The owls, I believe, truly have a communication with Bigfoot. It's not even funny. Like, truthfully, barred owls, I truly believe this. I think to a point that this is kind of funny, I'm laughing about it, is because I think that Bigfoot itself has literally gave the voice to a barred owl. Because a barred owl sounds just like a chimpanzee or a monkey that is going off. And this is true stuff, folks, man. This is true stuff that I hear and that I go through in the woods. And it is so cool to do, you know, to go out Bigfooting. And we're always looking for people to go with us, always. So if you are in our area, in our general area, here in McKean County, in Bradford, PA, and you want to look me up to go on a Bigfoot expedition, just let me know. PM me. You can PM me. You can give me a phone call. You can go to our actual page for Bigfooting. Let me get to it here. You can go to our actually page. If not many of you know about it already, you can go to our actual page right here. I got a phone number linked there. You just call that number right there, and if I don't answer, just put a message on there. The messenger is operational, so just put a message on there, or you can PM me, message me, and we can get together and go on an expedition. Now, I will say a lot of you on my chat group are from other parts of the United States, plus across the country. This is what I say to you all. You're not out of the boat with me. You're not out of the boat. We're going to be utilizing social media to help out on this, okay? So, therefore, if you are 1,000 miles away from me, or 5,000 miles, or 100,000, it doesn't matter. As long as you have internet, as long as you have a connection, and as long as you have us as our page, or our chat page, or our Bigfoot page, no matter what, okay, we are all together, okay. And here's how I'm going to explain this really quick, okay. So how I'm going to explain this is precise and interesting. Here it is. When I go live, you are there with me, with your eyeballs, along with my eyeballs, and we are seeing the same thing. I understand that sometimes I have to get it off of my face, but I have to show you and tell you what I'm seeing and stuff. I just think that's more legit. But most of the time, I have you looking out and around to see what I'm seeing and hearing and stuff, and it helps me out. Okay, and that's how that is. Now, here's the bad part. Some of these areas that I go in does not have no Wi-Fi connection or internet connection or data connection through my cell phone service on every which way. So, this is how the other idea that I go with, that you can help. You can go to my YouTube page, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get all of our updated videos. And here's how it will be. I just posted up a brand new video, okay? And it's not live, but it was live that week before. So you jump on and you look at it and analyze the video and watch it very thoroughly, and let me know if you have seen any eyeballs, anything that's on the video that is that could be a possible Bigfoot or anything that runs close to it or whatnot. And these are the evidence that you can help me with on the fly, meaning through social media. You could say, for example, message me. Put a message underneath of the video saying, I just seen eye shine at 0.21 minutes in the video, or type in, I just heard a wood knock at whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that could help just as much as you being there with us. And that's what I want to do. I want to bring all my viewers, all my members, and everybody together, no matter what, where they're at, wherever they are, and come together, and we all be together as one. Now, if you can make it on an expedition with me, that would be really cool. We have, I think, we got 5 more expeditions coming up, and then we're done for the year. And our last one is going to be running at the end of December, is our last expedition, which will be probably in the Kenzu Bridge area, like it was last year. So if you're interested in joining me on an expedition, please contact me, and we can get together and meet up. Now, what I mean about meet up and stuff like that, our main meet area here in Bradford is Arby's. We go down to the Arby's parking lot and we meet up, and then we go from there, and then that individual follows us to where we're going to go. That's how we normally meet up. And everybody, all members, and everybody that wants to go on expeditions with us needs to fill out a waiver form. And that goes along with the expedition, that you are responsible for your own actions, that we're not responsible. Okay? So that's that. Now, we do have positions for all ages, except, I mean, if you are able to walk short distances, then you can go with us. You know what I mean? We have positions for that, for individuals that have a hard time walking in the woods and stuff like that. And a lot of the elderly, a lot of the older people intend to go with us. And most of those will be rides. So basically, we'll be driving down some of these dirt roads looking for Bigfoot and stuff like that. That's basically what it would be. Or a short distance, we would go to a short distance, or we would sit at the vehicle in some areas that we go into. So I just want everybody to know that there is an opportunity for everybody to go with us and to be with us through Bradford, PA Bigfoot Research Group at any time. You could be with us on any expedition through anything. Expeditions, you could go out with us, social media, and just yeehaw all the way through. So I'm done talking, and I see here. Okay, let me go through some of the any comments here. I want to wave to some people here. There's D. Huff, thanks for joining. Laura Swanson, thanks for joining. Jody Colley, thanks for joining. Patricia, thanks for joining. Douglas, Donald Slovey, thanks for joining. Again, I seen Jody come on and go off. I'm sorry about connections. If we are having issues with connections, we shouldn't be having an issues. So I want to say hi to Donald. Alright, let's see who's all here. Yay, Jake Hawk, thanks for joining us. Let me see if I can go over this way. Let me just scroll up, see who's all here now. Or who was here. George Colley, thanks for joining us. Alrighty. Let me see, Patricia. I'm just scrolling up through here. Steve Barrett, thanks for joining us. Alright. I think it's the same people here. It's interesting. Whoa. Alrighty. Alright, Tim Wilkinson. I think I said thanks for joining us. Okay, that is. So I want to say again, thanks for joining us, folks, for tonight. And I'm just talking about the meet and greet that I posted up there. If you're interested in coming, that would be really cool. The meet and greet's at the Bradford Public Library this Saturday from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock for sure. And then 4:30 it'll be tearing down. And then we get to talk to people. I mean, we don't have to be out of there at 4:30. We just have to start closing up things at 4:30. So I'm going tomorrow to set up. And it's going to be really cool. For sure. Again, Bradford, PA, Bigfoot Research Group. It's going to be at the Bradford Public Library here in McKean County, PA, for our meet and greet. So you can come in and see us, talk about Bigfoot, and we get to show some of our evidence off, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have apple cider vinegar. Yeah, we're gonna have apple cider vinegar, apple cider, donuts. We got treats for kids and treats for adults, and coffee and water and us. So keep it squatchy, keep it real. I'll be talking to everybody later. And again, to everybody on my chat group, thank you again for contributing for yourself, being here, because bringing awareness about Bigfoot is really cool. And whether you're here for that, or just to talk about it, or you're up in the air about it, or you just want to see what other people's opinions are, still thank you for joining us. And thank you for telling me where you're all from. That's really awesome to see some of the places that everybody's from, to see how far we're reaching out. I just love it. And I ask everybody to do the same thing for our group. I did a roll call for our group or our page, our Bradford, PA Bigfoot research page. You can jump right on in there and do the same thing. Do your roll call, see what's up. And again, it's awesome to see everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow night at 8:30. We're going to be talking a little bit about what I seen in June. We'll be talking about it. See you guys later. This time, we'll be on our page. Okay? So, you could tune in to our page and see us. Later, Gator.